think about 3 years ago, a friend of mine who's single had come visiting, and she was busy on her laptop, and she was really joyous and happy. She was about 45, and she was like, I found a really nice guy. And she was busy chatting, and then there would be a telephone call, and I was rather intrigued with what is happening. And so she showed me this whole process of various sites where you can date online, and find people for yourself. So I had just finished my book, and I was like itching to write. And this whole thought just kind of germinated in my head that I think this would be a great story because it's so new. And so I had, the thought came in, and I started writing, and that's one day I met Madhvi. Madhvi used to be working with me about 17 years ago in a dot-com.
She looked 17 herself.
So she used to be working in this dot-com.
Try the mic, please.
Yeah. Want me to? Can you hear me now? Is it better? It's on.
Yeah, it's on.
Hello. So I said, Madhvi, would you like to write a chapter? She said, what are you doing? I said, I'm writing this book. And she says, so I said, do you want to write something? Because the book has very definitive characters. So I said, you could help in writing a character because, it would add a new dimension, and the whole conversation and all would be different from one person writing all 3 characters. So she just came in like that and so forth, and so it just went on, and we wrote the book together. So that's how.
I would like to know what is wrote the book together. What are the characters that she developed?
Okay, I think how it went is that I did Google. Yes, join us. I know.
So Dolly has actually read the book already, so she's got a little more insight than most sitting here.
Okay, so when I started writing the book, I think I identified with Uber Cool because she's like the older woman. And meanwhile, I had hooked on to Google because while I was chatting, he and me became buddies. So I started writing and developing that. And I had this idea for Naina. And so I told Madhvi to begin with Naina.
And Kiran approached me, she said, would you write a chapter? And when we met over a coffee. And I'm like, what are you doing? What's going on? And I said, I'm not writing a chapter. This is too interesting to just do a chapter. So then we decided to divide the characters according to what was calling out to us. And we broke it up. But then, because we had worked together before, we had a synergy in terms of writing. And so it just became easy to kind of fill each other's gaps. So writing together was, that question comes up a lot, but it was never a thing that hit either one of us to be an odd thing, because we had worked together before.
Sorry, can you come and sit here? I'm getting this drum which I don't like.
Sure.